it's all way better.
As well as something.
It's really hard to
The background noise is really super bad.
Yeah, it's nice like a loud squeal.
Was it?
Yeah.
Tim said they fixed it's like 90%, 99% better.
Okay.
Tones are still not 100%. We might change them. Those are like heart saver tones.
Yeah.
That's why they're really fast
Yeah.
and quiet. I think she can change them to a couple different ones. Find out. That's what we need. Yes, that's what we need. I like those.
Can I ask if you guys talk, if you can talk in your microphones? I know it's hard because sometimes you're talking sideways, you're talking to everybody, and then it kind of like muffles out on our
It's
side.
not official yet. I mean, we're not live
Yeah,
yet.
not yet though,
But just for, so Ruby, she has to type everything you say into her
It's on now.
minutes.
Yeah, when you push the button and then wait for it. Yeah. You remember that first? The console? The console in the dark? Yes. Yeah, and you push the button and then you wait for the tones to go through and then you
Yeah, like a 5-7 second tone. I was like, I think by the time.
Yeah.
I kind of like, oh, what is this?
All right, at 6 o'clock, we're gonna call the meeting to order with a roll call. Chief Manuel,
Present.
Assistant Chief Gatto,
Present.
Brad Lingard,
Present.
Brian Sepla,
Present.
Chief Perez,
Present.
Joyce Lopez,
Present.
and I'm here. We do have a quorum. Please stand for the pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. We'll start with the consent agenda, approval of the minutes of the meeting on January 15th, 2026. We have a motion to approve.
I'll make the motion to approve the minutes of the last meeting.
Approved by Chief Gatto. Do we have a second?
I'll second that motion.
Second by Brad Lingard. All in favor?
Aye.
Carrying on new business.
Aye.
Discussion, item A, discussion on quarterly drills. Number 1, discussion on Q1 2026 drill. Does anybody want to take that?
I'll take that one. We had the drill this morning, matter of fact, training. We did hold it at the fire department. The topic of the drill, we went over a review of a call that we recently had, a medical call up there, as well as basically a stop the bleed, bleeding control, and introduction to mostly ERT team, and I think it lasted about an hour and a half, 2 hours. We did have the next one ready to go as well.
Any questions on that?
Not a question, just a comment. Thanks for Tim and team. It was really good feedback from the resolution team members. We had upwards of 12, 13 people attend. So it was very valuable training and lots of skills learned from Tim and team. So thank you.
Anything else to add? Hearing none, carrying on to number 2, discussion on upcoming 2026 Q2 drill.
Scheduled for 5/21.
Any other comments on that? Carrying on, item B, discussion on staffing levels with police and fire department. I guess we can break that off and start with police and then we'll move on to fire.
So to clarify what this discussion is, the resolution copper agreement says that when we reach that we're supposed to begin planning after record of decision, and within 6 months of notice to proceed, we're supposed to sign a new emergency services agreement. The EIS set certain staffing levels for the police and fire department. This discusses how that will be implemented. specific positions, and based on the pay parity study conversation we've had previously, we'll then come back with a discussion about the budget for that, so that we have a number, so that when we get the notice to proceed, we know what the funding level is, what the staffing level is, and all the issues around it that will explain how much money it's going to cost. There is another item that the chief should be working on, which is supporting equipment, because you need extra guys, you need extra radios, you need extra turnouts, you need extra physicals every year, all these side issues, and every one of those things has to be figured out, calculated out, planned for. So we're trying to do our homework ahead of time so that we're not, notice to proceed hits the ground and we're figuring it out on the spot. So we've broken it into pieces. This piece, we can discuss the staffing levels. The chief can explain how they envision it working, and we can move to the next step afterwards. Right? And I'm done talking. So now I'll down to the chief.
So we'll start with police, and then once Chief Manuel's done, we'll move on to fire.
Okay, thank you. So just like Todd mentioned, we're looking at approval and funding for an additional 3 police officers and 1 detective and 1 records clerk. As for police officers, we obviously need them for improved patrol coverage and enhance officer safety and reduce overtime and fatigue. We're looking at a detective position because we are, as we start growing, we're going to start seeing higher profile crimes, which is going to involve more dedicated investigative resources for these criminal cases that we'll be looking at. This will relieve patrol officers from having to do their investigation throughout the whole process. This will allow us to do the initial patrol officers and have the detective do all the follow-ups and contact any resources from either would be Pinal County or any other agencies that support us. We also are looking at wanting to hire a records clerk. We have 1 administrative assistant right now that handles a lot of different tasks, and it would be great to have a records clerk that solely just looks at improving efficiency and for records management. And I think that's something that the community wants, and town council wants better efficiency on that end. So we are wanting another position as a records clerk that will help us overall be effective as an organization. So just respectfully, we recommend that the Emergency Services Committee, take this into consideration. Our 3 police officers that we would like to be given, and 1 detective and 1 records clerk to support the operational needs of the Superior Police Department and maintain high level of public service.
So
Any questions on that?
I would like to clarify real quick. The EIS listed 3 new officers and a records clerk. The department, I mean, we've grown a lot since then. We've learned that our big weaknesses are, you add a lot of field personnel, you need more admin support to support them, and we are overloading our command structure, overloading our investigators. When we add all these personnel, we don't add the command and control to go with it. So the chief's request is 1 additional officer. That would be the detective, but all the rest is in conformity with the EIS. So resolution, and I will have to, when we get to the budget, we will have to discuss that. We will have to finalize that. I'm going to price it out and put it into the overall budget so we know how much it costs, and then we can have a further discussion about it.
Any other questions or comments on that?
Just a question. In the previous meeting, there was some discussion about the expansion of services having to respond to Santan. Is,
Santan?
yeah,
I don't remember the conversation. What was it?
okay,
There was a conversation about Santan. The issue with Santan is that they are incorporating, and
okay.
that they are the largest city ever incorporated in the state of Arizona. So it's 120,000 people. That means because all of the state share revenue for the state, all the taxes go into a shared pot, and that pie is a fixed size. If you have a large city come on and start drawing from that pot, everybody's piece of pie gets smaller. The town of Superior next year is losing roughly estimated, based on the league, $120,000 out of our budget. So we're also going to be, because of conformity with tax code, for the federal tax code, we're probably going to be losing another $15,000 to $30,000. So the towns has an across the board cut of $150,000, which is hard to find. There are other impacts, but those are the revenue impacts that are really killing us. So we're looking at cutbacks, freezing positions, freezing raises, freezing any unnecessary expenditure next year, and it couldn't be worse timed. The record of decision dropping means there's going to be a lot more activity in town, and our budget's lower. Like we froze our engineering position, which is great. I mean, it saves us a lot of money. Unfortunately, everybody has been waiting to build their project until the mine open. So I've got 3 permit meetings next week, and there's no engineer, so I have to handle them. So all of this is really bad timing. We have revenue drops, at the same time we have extreme increased activity. So it should be an interesting year. But that was the Santan conversation.
Thanks for that clarification, Mr. Pryor. That's very helpful, and I think that context is really important as we go into that discussion for the reevaluation and too. So thank you.
Carrying on, we'll move on to fire staffing level discussion.
All right, we need to add additional two more firefighters to the crew, which brings us to a total of 4 firefighters on the crew. Each crew have a captain. Bigger crews, you have admin services, you have admins for both crews for any extra EMS. We also want to make a fire chief a full-time position, not a part-time. So we have a full-time fire chief, and then we already have a full-time assistant chief. And what we wanted to add was an administrative person. You know, paperwork that runs through there now, it's a lot to keep track of. Assistant Chief Giles has been doing a great job. He's at the boiling point there where there's a lot of work for him. So this administrative person will help maintain records and, you know, all the stuff we got to keep track of now for the state, for Department of Health Services, for fire. It would be a great help to have an extra admin person. I think the administrative person is extra at the EIS didn't account for it, but we're asking for another administrative person. And then we're also, Tim and I have been gathering information on what's going to take to supply 6 more firefighters, from equipment, physicals, training, all that comes along with being a firefighter.
Firefighters per firefighter are much more expensive to equip than a policeman. Cops aren't cheap, but firemen, just the turnouts are what, $5,000 a set now?
Or more.
Yeah. So, yeah, and the expenses, yeah, they don't stop there. So, definitely something we have to capture and make sure we're getting good numbers on. And again, most of this is already in the EIS. It's already agreed upon. The only difference is the admin support that we found. All of our agreements kind of have been missing. But we add more functions, add more staff. We don't add any support to process the paperwork to pay that staff, and the town ends up, you know, having unanticipated expenses that we can't afford. So we're basically asking to look at all of the admin functions that are kind of under supported in the current structure.
Any questions on that?
Another question, just probably a comment for both, as Mr. Price said, I think there's two items in the emergency services agreement that was just recently approved. I think that can help with this process. And one being the annual emergency services plan. I think I haven't necessarily seen one since I've started, so I think it's a good opportunity to pull those things in together, which will help then with mapping out what resources, whether it be people or equipment, are needed, given some of our project changes as well. And the other one was the biannual review of records. And so if we work towards getting those two activities done with that timing as well, that can really help lock everything as far as the plan.
And that's again another place where an admin is desperately needed, because we have an assistant chief who's responsible for operations, but he's also responsible for all those maintenance records.
Yeah.
And there are a number of different ones that have NFPA requirements, and it's always a challenge to maintain those records. So I think we're fine on the records. I'm not saying we have a problem. I'm just saying that it would be so much more efficient to have somebody maintaining them in a just digital format that could be shared easily, that you don't have to go down and physically pull the files. So,
Yep.
But all right, so I don't have anything more to say on it. Sorry.
Any other questions or comments on that item? Hearing none, moving on to C, update on fire truck.
So fire truck, we have submitted all of our paperwork to USDA. All it's about, I think, 8 forms they required. We submitted everything. They want to see all our audits for the last 5 years and all that sort of stuff. And again, we're all caught up on that. But USDA has not yet responded to that information. They've given me no timeline. I don't know when the contract will come back. The council will have to approve the contract for the purchase, and based on the for a resolution to make the match on it, it will have to come to this committee first. So it'll be a PO that comes here. They'll approve the PO. It'll go to the council. They'll approve the PO. Then we'll sign the contract and place the order. Resolutions agreed to finance it, but their financing will not come in into the first of the calendar year. So we can use our revolving loan fund to make the match, because we want to purchase we want to pay for the truck up front. Number one, it'll get us right into the queue without waiting. Number two, it decreases the price by $150,000. So paying up front is a huge benefit. So, but it'll be under contract. We also have to sign a contract, so it's the resolutions contract, it's Pierce's contract, it's USDA's contract, and all of those have to be approved. And the first one that has to be signed is USDA's, because you cannot encumber any money under a USDA grant until you have a signed contract. There's one of the rules. So we can't. We're stuck. We've got all our work done, our prep's done, but we can't encumber the funds until the USDA gives us a contract. So I continue to follow up, just like all of our other federal grants, and all of them are in a similar situation.
Any questions or comments on that? No? Carrying on, item D, update on the status of the tip code enforcement app. Do we have any updates on where we're at with that?
So there has been a little bit of a delay on the setup. Talking to Edwin and Darren, we have just had some trouble just getting together, having them come out and train our admin users. We have set it up for this coming week to get that done. Also, we had a little bit of delays with our laptops because of some changes on our system. So that kind of held us back a little bit. We do have some information as far as social media that I'll get with Amy that we would like to post, which is going to be a link and a QR code that will allow the public to register, sign up, which will make it a lot easier. We'll have a lot of resources that they can, kind of learn the system, learn how to use it, Also, we'll be promoting a lot of different flyers and kits that we'll provide on social media also. And we're also giving our user guide on how to use it. Right now, we're just, we have our 2 sergeants that will be admin users and our lieutenant, and we'll probably even have Joyce help us out with that, because there has to be multiple users, because we have to be aware of all these, once the tips are coming in, where it's gonna go, so. But I did reaffirm with Edwin and Darren today that this is something that will be a priority for them next week, and we can get this done.
Thank you. Any questions or comments on that? Anyone? Turn on, call to the public. Since we have such a large audience, if anybody would like to speak, now's your time to do so. Hearing none, carrying on, do we have a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
We have a motion to adjourn by Chief Pettis, do we have a second?
One second.
Second by Joyce Lopez, all in favor?
Aye.
And motion, meeting adjourned at 6:19.
Good night, guys. Thank you.
Bye.
Right,
Aye.
Brian.